Good evening, everybody, and happy Halloween! We are here in Toronto, Ontario, where it is officially time for the Survivor Series. Tonight, Kasumi Yoshizawa and Mitsuru Kirijo have both assembled their teams and are ready to go to war once again at the end of the night for a guaranteed title shot against Makoto Niijima next month at Jailbreak. Meanwhile, Fiora is set to extend her already record-shattering season and defend the Nexus Championship belt for yet another month as she takes on Pyra. Goro Akechi's perfect season is also once again on the line, as he is challenged by Shinjiro Aragaki once more, and the rivalry between Raiden and Armstrong ignites again as they stare each other down amidst a casket match. Get ready for a night of trickery, treats, and tons of tension, as it is time for one of the spookiest specials of the season. Get ready for the Survivor Series WarGames.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's NXT Championship!
And here we go, starting off our night like usual with a Nexus Championship match. Introducing first, it is the Aegis herself, Pyra. And her opponent, for, the 10th month in a row? 9th, 10th, something like that month in a row? She is still your Women's Nexus Champion. It is Fiora. And if you are new to Nexus Championship matches, the rules are pretty simple. It is a one-on-one match, one person from Jayromada versus one person from Eclipse. It is always normal rules, no managers, thanks to a certain match last year. And the biggest rule of them all, if you lose a Nexus match, whether you're the champion or whether you're the challenger, you cannot try again for the remainder of the year, which makes Fiora's 10, 9, 10, however many months it's been long streak just that much more incredible, considering that she's had that many title defenses. She came into this year as champion, she is still champion.
Introducing the challenger from Elysian Fields, Kuwata! And her opponent from Stillwater, the Women's NXT Champion, Fiora!
And here we go, Fiora handing the belt to the referee, who shows it to Pyra, and hopefully Fiora will see it at the end of the match. Well, hopefully for her. Here we go, both women staring each other down. And referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle with Fiora immediately looking for a springboard. Pyra with a kick to the calf. Preventing that, but Fiora with a nice little bit of offense. There's a moonsault from the middle rope. And now just stomp right to the nose, to the chin. And Fiora with an arm breaker. Fiora forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Irish whip, diving underneath, jumping over the top. And a turnstile elbow. And now Fiora going for the cover. Right next to the ropes, there's a one. Pyra kicks out. And just to give you a taste of how insane this title run has been for Fiora, she has retained the belt from Makoto Niijima, Charla, Pandoria, okay, that's fine, Petroka, Laura, Tenko Chabashira, Aoi Asahina, and last month, Tifa Lockhart. So yeah, it's been a season for her. Pyra back up to her feet. Fiora with a double leg drop kick. Oh yeah, and Fiora defeated Tifa at Tifa's own home turf. Pyra getting the knees up. They need to make it back inside the ring. Normal championship rules apply. Countouts. Well, countouts favor the champion. Pyra with a crossbody along the outside. But Fiora with the reversal. Pyra on the offense again, and a spinning heel kick. And now just destroying a table. I doubt she actually has plans to use the announcer's booth. Just trying to hype up the crowd a little bit. As Pyra forces Fiora up to her feet, tosses her back inside the ring. No countouts here. Pyra up top. Staring down Fiora, looking for a top rope senton. But Fiora rolls out of the way. And now Fiora with a high ankle hold, trying to make Pyra tap. Pyra very quickly, very easily gets out of that. And a bell clap. Pyra with a single shoulder suplex, sending Fiora down. And face first into the canvas. Pyra lining up in the corner, and a spear. Going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Fiora kicks out. Fiora rolls to the outside. Pyra heating up. Another crossbody to the outside. There's one as Pyra sends Fiora headfirst into the mat, forcing her back up to her feet. And now a dangling armbar along the outside, just trying to deal more damage to Fiora. Fiora quickly gets out. Pyra, though, grabbing her, tossing her back inside the ring, and not looking good for the champion. Fiora gets out of the way of the stomp. Getting some clotheslines, trying to get herself back into this match. So far, Pyra's been the one in the driver's seat, but Fiora, there's an enziguri. And the cover, there's one, there's two, Pyra kicks out. Pyra to the outside, climbing back in, just trying to disrupt Fiora's timing a little bit. Trying to mess with the tempo. And Fiora dragging Pyra away from the corner. Stomping on the arm. Shot to the forehead, slap, sending Pyra down. Dragging Pyra away from the ropes. And now Fiora heating up. Kick to the spine. And looking for a moonsault, Pyra gets out of the way. Middle rope Hurricane Rana into a kip up. Now Pyra again in the corner, but Fiora rolls to the outside. So Pyra forced to head up top. Well, not forced to head up top, but decides to head up top, and there's an arm drag. Momentum shifting back into the challenger's corner. Pyra just stomping on the hand. Stomp on the wrist now. Fiora gets out of the way. Referee at the count of 4. Fiora dragging Pyra back to the ring, tossing her back inside. But neither women really with an advantage. But there's a Hurricane Rana. And now Fiora. Triangle armbar. Going for the submission. And releases the hold. Pyra bops herself out. Spinning double leg drop kick. And the cover. There's one. There's two. No. And now Pyra. Pyra with an armbar. Locking it in. And Fiora fights out. But has that done enough damage? There's a Hurricane Rana, another kip up, and Fiora again, or Pyra again. Excuse me, Pyra going for the pin. There's one, there's two, no. Pyra now the slap. And again, forcing Fiora up to her feet. Another suplex. Fiora in the corner on her feet. And gets out of the way of the knee. And there's a spinning back heel kick from Fiora. Not even trying to go for the not even trying to protect the rope break. Just going for the pin. And that decision probably helped her retain the belt. But man, Pyra made her work for it. That was probably one of the closest matches that Fiora had this year to defend the belt, and I was getting ready to call that the belt was changing hands. And now for the men's Nexus Championship match. Introducing first, it is the challenger representing Brosona. It is Yosuke Hanamura. And his opponent, it is the Champion Slayer himself, and your men's Nexus Champion. It is Rex.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 128 pounds, Yosuke Hanamura! And his opponent from Elysian Fields, weighing in at 115 pounds, the men's NXT champion, Rex!
Here we go, Rex handing the belt over to Yosuke. Or, to the referee, excuse me. The referee showing Yosuke. And showing the world. Promise you I did not accidentally leak the script. And here we go, referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle. And Yosuke immediately beginning with a backflip backbreaker. And a head scissor hurricane rana. Yosuke forcing Rex back up to his feet. Double knee jawbreaker, and now deadlift suplex. Rex rolls to the outside. Yosuke hops out of the ring to follow him. And Yosuke with a stump leg breaker. Rex fights out, trying to get his first bit of offense this match. And there's a diving knee strike. Rex rolling Yosuke onto his back. Kick to the spine, knee across the throat. And a kick to the forehead, and again. Rex forcing Yosuke back up to his feet. Toss back inside the ring, climbing in after him. Well, first hyping up the crowd. And Yosuke with the reversal. Ducking underneath. Head scissor toss. And again. Rex again fights his way out though. And there's an arm breaker. Rex forcing Yosuke up to his feet. And a right cross sends him down. Rex going for the cover. There's not even a 1 count, or barely a 1 count, as Yosuke kicks out. And now Rex with a spinning neck breaker, stomp to the nose. Stomp to the back of the head. And now heading up top, telling Yosuke to get up to his feet. And looking for the diving axe chop, but Yosuke gets out of the way. Irish whip. And a scoop slam pendulum backbreaker. Rex with the reversal, tossing Yosuke out to the outside, out onto the apron rather. And a backbreaker. Rex with another strong right cross. Climbing back inside the ring, Yosuke follows him. And now Rex with an Irish whip, diving underneath. Enziguri catching the referee in the kick as well. And now Yosuke recovering. Rex elbows out. And now Rex forcing Yosuke up over the shoulders, bouncing him off the ropes. And going for a cover. There's a 1, there's 2. Yosuke kicks out. Rex looking for the elbow drop. Yosuke rolls out of the way. And a jumping face buster, going for the cover. For the belt, there's a 1. Rex kicks out. Rex with a stomp to the wrist. Going for another cover. There's 1, there's 2. Rex defending the belt against Jaren. Rex defeating Jaren about last month. A week after the Royal Rumble. On hostile soil, just like Fiora did actually. There's 1, there's 2. Now Rex looking to retain, Yosuke looking to take the belt away and try to get the belt back into the hands of Eclipse. Wheelbarrow. Facebuster. And now Rex forcing Yosuke up to his feet. Diving elbow. And an atomic drop into a scoop slam. And now Rex with a leg hold. And Yosuke fights his way out. Potentially damaging the ACL. But Yosuke, he seems to be moving fine, so shouldn't be too worried. And there's the pin, there's one, there's two. Rex again forces his way out. Yosuke with an Irish whip into a tornado forearm. And now walks Rex up to the northeast corner, busting him open on the turnbuckle. And a scoop slam. Yosuke now middle rope. Hyping up the crowd, telling Rex, get up to your feet. And a diving satellite DDT into the cover for the belt. There's one, there's two. And Yosuke Hanamura steals the belt right back.
Here is your winner and the new men's NXT champion, Yosuke Hanamura.
Maybe I did accidentally leak the script. No matter. And now for a tag team Hell in a Cell match. Introducing first, they are the challengers. They are the heroes of the Homs. It is Shulk and your Royal Rumble winner Rhine. It is time for the Vision Warriors.
The following contest is a tag team Hell in a Cell match, and it's for the men's undisputed Impact Tag Team World Championship, and at a combined weight of 415 pounds, the Brain Busters.
And their opponents, they are your men's tag team champions. It is the ultimate biker gang leader, Mondo Wada, and the ultimate moral compass, Kiyotaka Ishimaru. Together, they are the ultimate Brotherhood.
At a combined weight of 314 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Tag Team World Champions, the Brotherhood.
And now, once the cell closes around the two teams, it is all out war. No rules, no holds barred. Just pure chaos. Here we go, the cell closing around our two teams. And the referee rings a bell. As they meet in the middle, Shulk versus Mondo, Ryan versus Taka. And Taka elbows out. Ryan tossing Shulk to the outside. Just up against the iron, nearly sending him through the cell already. Taka with a Hurricane Rana toss. Mondo tossing Shulk into the corner. The referee already unconscious. And now a 2-on-1 against Shulk. As Ryan along the outside, trying to recover. And Ryan with a lung blower against Mondo. Referee finally up to his feet as Shulk tosses Taka to the outside, following him, and now Ryan just wrapping the arm of Mondo around the top rope. And sending him into the corner. Shulk and Taka fighting along the outside, toss into the steel steps. Mondo reversing Ryan into the corner. And Taka with an uppercut. Mondo tossing Ryan to the outside. Now we have all four men in a small space along the eastern part of the cell. Not a lot of room there. Shulk elbows out. Ryan grabbing Mondo from behind. And now a 2-on-1 against Mondo. There's an uppercut. And now Ryan again getting his hands on the biker gang leader as Taka goes after Shulk. There's an uppercut from Mondo, but Shulk with an elbow. And another uppercut. And again, I don't really know if they know what to do now that there's they're basically boxing themselves in. Ryan now going after Taka. Another uppercut. Can we at least get like some fighting back inside the ring, guys? Or at least create some separation? Okay, they're slowly fighting towards the southern part, which could be good, but there's a drop kick. At least a little bit of different action. Come on, guys, just get back inside the ring, please. Welcome to 2K Sports Programming right there. Mondo, finally! Never mind. Another uppercut. And again, just trapping Shulk between Mondo and the cage. Oh my god, guys. Shulk with the back elbow. We're still not getting into the ring, are we? Come on, guys. Ryan, there we go. Was it that difficult? Apparently it was, and now we're going to be trapped along the northern part of the cell. Never mind. Ryan tossing Mondo again into the steel steps. Mondo using the cell to get back up to his feet. And we're back to this. At least we're creating... There we go. Creating some separation. And now Shulk bouncing Taka off the cage. There's a super kick to the back of the head. A double jawbreaker. Taka tossing Shulk, forcing him back up to his feet. And back inside the ring. There we go, guys. There we go. And now Taka lining up a finisher, but here comes Ryan, looking for the Suplex City. There's 3 going for the cover. There's 1. There's 2. Mondo flies out of nowhere. Mondo just tossing Ryan to the side and now going after Shulk. And now the choking military press slam. Going for the cover. There's 2 near fall. And now Ryan going after Taka. Looking for the wild down, but Taka stifling that. And now Shulk looking for the Monado smash. Never mind, the Monado submission hold. And releases. Taka with a pullback. Head scissor toss. And now going after Shulk. Shulk with a reversal on the clothesline. Turning Taka around. Taka with a reversal. Now a 2-on-1 inside the ring. There's a wild down from Ryan going for the cover. Shulk needs to play defense here. There's 2 unable. Mondo with a powerbomb suplex. Yep, that's English. Ryan with a scoop slam. Mondo going after Shulk. But there's another wild down. And here's the cover. There's 1. There's 2. Shulk just a little bit late. But the Vision Warriors in a pretty good spot here. Finding themselves on the advantage in both of their fights. And both members of the Brotherhood along the outside. And now Ryan with a kendo stick. Not using it though. Shulk tossing Taka back inside the ring. There's an uppercut from Mondo. And now just tossing Shulk into the cage again. And just nearly breaking through, but not quite. And now Taka's sending Ryan into the cage. Momentum shifting here, but Ryan with the reversal, Taka with the reversal right back. And again, just chaos along the outside of the ring. Ryan with the reversal. Shulk sending a sending Mondo into the steel steps. And Shulk and Ryan playing ping pong with Taka. Mondo underneath the ring. What is he looking for? Is that a sledgehammer? I couldn't tell. Shulk back inside the ring, going after Mondo. And now Shulk. Neckbreaker. Again, submission maneuver, trying to make the submission work in the cell. Mondo kicks out, or Shulk reverses or releases hold, we're not quite sure. And now Shulk with a kendo stick. Bashing Taka over the skull. And now Taka looking for the recoil. Pin. There's one. There's two. Shulk kicks out. Taka sending Ryan for an Irish whip. Mondo going for the pin. There's one. There's two. No. And yes, it was a sledgehammer. Taka sending Ryan into the corner. Pulling him away. Dangling DDT. Ryan rolling himself to the ropes. Shulk and Mondo giving them room. Powerbomb. Wild down powerbomb from Ryan. And now Mondo going for the cover. Shulk's immediately going to break that up. And now Mondo going after Shulk. A flapjack. Saying, you want a submission? I'll give you a submission. Ryan breaks it up. And now Ryan with a neck breaker. Taka walking Shulk to the corner. Shulk with a reversal. Ryan with a sledgehammer. Now Shulk just... Okay, now Shulk with a sledgehammer. 2-on-1 inside the ring, but they might have wasted just a little bit too much time. Mondo slowly recovering. Back inside the ring. There's an elbow drop. Shulk with a shot to the stomach. And now Shulk going after Taka as Ryan goes for goes against Mondo, but Shulk taking advantage.
Here are your winners and the new men's undisputed Impact Tag Team World Champions, the Brainbusters.
And Shulk and Ryan, your new men's tag team champions. I was expecting worse for a Hell in a Cell match, but that was actually pretty damn good. And now for our next tag team matchup of the evening.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match, and it's for the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Tag Team World Championship and Truth and Consequences.
Introducing first. It's been a while since they've been in a championship match. It is Kyoko Kirigiri and Sayaka Mizono. Harmonious Truth. And their opponents, they are the queens of the tag team division.
The Women's Undisputed Hybrid Tag Team World Champions, the Queens.
It is Melia Antiqua and Nia, your tag team champions, Ascension. And here we go, Ascension handing the belts over to the referee, who shows them to the world. And as you might have heard, this is an Extreme Rules tag match. And referee rings a bell. And they meet in the middle with Nia going after Kyoko, Sayaka and Melia finding each other. And Sayaka elbows herself out of the corner. And these tornado tag matches are exactly what Harmonious Truth dominated in last year. Whereas they've been struggling a little bit in the normal tag team settings. They've been getting a couple of wins, especially as of late, which is what's given them this championship opportunity. But they find themselves in one of the most comfortable matches, or in a match that they are one of the most comfortable in, which could see them having a weird advantage. Kyoko forcing Nia back up to her feet, sending her down. And Melia the first to go underneath the ring. Not sure what she grabbed. I think it's a sledgehammer, okay. And now Kyoko going for the pin. There's two. Nia kicks out. And now Sayaka with a sledgehammer as I almost kick my microphone over. Sayaka throwing the sledgehammer to Nia. Going for the pin. There's one. Nia kicks out. And the referee is once again concussed. Nia trapping Kyoko in the corner. Melia with a clothesline to the, or with a crossbody along the outside. And Kyoko sending Nia for a run and diving underneath. Jumping over the top. And completely whiffing. Kyoko again sending Nia for a run, but this time a backflip heel kick. And going for the cover again against Nia. Nia kicks out at one. Melia now with the table. Psycho at the ground and pound. Nia going underneath the ring. There's a steel chair. And Kyoko just knocking it out of her hand. Irish whip into the corner. And now Psycho tossing Melia back inside the ring. Psycho with a kendo stick and Melia going for the cover. Psycho breaks it up. And now a bridging suplex. Walking Melia back over to the eastern ropes. Kyoko now with a head scissor neck breaker and the cover again against Nia. And now a 2-on-1 against Melia. Saika just slamming the head of the sledgehammer down. Kyoko tossing the kendo stick. Going after Nia, but now Melia with a headlock. Nia going for a pin against Kyoko. And all of a sudden, the tides of war have shifted. Dragon Screw takedown from Sayaka. Kyoko just cranking on the ankle of Melia. And now a cover. Melia kicks out at one. And Sayaka just tossing the chair to Melia, or to Nia, excuse me. Kyoko underneath the ring, bring out a ladder. And now Melia grabbing Sayaka from behind. Russian leg sweep nearly face first into the ladder had Melia decided to go forwards instead of backwards. Deciding to spare Sayaka. Kyoko nearly not so lucky. Nia just tossing a garbage can into the ring, hoping to hit somebody. And now Nia going for the pin. There's two. Sayaka kicks out. And now Melia with a backstretch looking for a submission. Kyoko fights out. Kyoko with a bunny buster. And the cover, Melia is just going to break that up immediately. There's a monkey flip from the corner. Nia now with a sledgehammer again. Melia sending Sayaka down. And now going after Kyoko with the cover after the arm breaker. Nia trying to play defense. Not quite enough. And now Kyoko with a submission hold. Nia with a trash can. Just bashing it over the head of Sayaka. And now Nia just tossing it against Kyoko. Going for the cover, making the trash can dance. There's 2 and there's 3. And the Queens continue to reign. That was one of the most chaotic matches I think I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. Yeah, I have no words.
The following contest is an ambulance match and is for the men's undisputed hybrid universal championship.
And introducing first, it is the challenger. He is the Mad Dog of Shimano and the One-Eyed Slugger. It is Goro Majima. I am ready to hold my hold that Goro as long as I can. I'm ready. And his opponent. It is your men's Universal Champion, the Ultimate Coach, Nekomaru Nidai.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, weighing in at 176 pounds, Mado Maria! And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 268 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid universal champion, Coach Nekomaru.
Here we go, referee showing the world the championship belt they will be fighting for. But hold up. We're not quite ready yet. Back it up, boys.
There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin!
And here we go, Majima immediately begins by trying to hit a clothesline, but just bouncing off of Nekomaru. Now Nekomaru looking for the people's elbow. Forcing Majima back up to his feet. Just tossing him over the top rope. And Nekomaru to the outside, going underneath the ring. Picking up a steel chair and just bashing Majima over the top of the head with it. Majima to his feet, just immediately sent back down by Nekomaru, and again, just bashing the chair, or breaking the chair. Nekomaru walking Majima around, lining him up, picking him up, and just tossing him into the ambulance. And Nekomaru again just kneeing the back of Majima's head, not allowing him to have any momentum. Nekomaru up over the shoulders. Majima elbows out, trying to get some offense going, but Nekomaru just pushing him away. And Nekomaru tossing Majima into the ring and now opening the doors. And that's not a sight you want to see as an opponent this early on in the match, especially. Now stomp to the ankle again. Majima kicking Nekomaru off. Just, can he get any offense going? Nekomaru just bouncing him off yet again. Majima elbows himself out. And there's a swinging neck breaker. Double leg drop kick to the back. Now looking to go over the shoulders, but Nekomaru with the reversal. Majima tossing Nekomaru for an Irish whip into the corner. And Nekomaru again elbows out. Picking Majima up, tossing him over the top rope, nearly into the ambulance. And now Nekomaru up top. Frog splash. Forcing Majima up, and now trying to get him into the ambulance. Seating him down, and now into the ambulance he goes. Trying to shut the door. Majima trying to prevent. Now this is just a one-on-one match of strength. And Majima fights out. Headlock, uppercut. Still early doors, pun intended, to send your opponent packing in an ambulance, but I appreciate the optimism. Majima now on the offense, taking Nekomaru down, repositioning himself. And now headlock. It's not going to win you the match, but it can absolutely discombobulate your opponent. Nekomaru doing well to get out early. And again, just tossing Majima into the the little step on the outside of the ambulance, tossing Majima back in. And again, looking to shut the door. Majima again just trying to prevent. Can Majima again defend? He will. Majima kicks out, bouncing off of Nekomaru. Over the shoulders, power bomb. And Majima with an uppercut to the stomach. Neck breaker. And a cyclone kick sends Nekomaru down. Majima forcing him up to his feet. And a chicken wing facebuster. Majima not confident enough that he can send Nekomaru away, so he's picking up, of course, the baseball bat. Name a more iconic duo. You have Batman and Robin. You have Mario and Luigi, Sonic and Tails, and Majima and a baseball bat. Or Majima and Kirijo, depending on what part of the fan base you're on. Another recoil. Majima walking Nekomaru over to the ambulance. And now Majima is on the outside. Trying to shut the door. Here comes Nekomaru, trying to prevent it from being closed on him. And there's one. Can Majima make it two? Yes! No! No, just a mere inch away. And Nekomaru survives, closing the doors. But no one inside. And there's a stunner from Nekomaru, who now heads to the top of the ambulance. Well, good thing if this misses, we have an ambulance right here. Okay, and now Majima's on top. And now Nekomaru climbing up the stairs to join him. Mano a mano on top of the ambulance. 180 powerbomb onto the seal, but Majima fights his way out. There's a neck breaker. Majima nearly falling. Nekomaru again planted powerbomb, catching the head against the corner. And Nekomaru tossing Majima off the ambulance, and a crossbody connects. Picking up Majima's baseball bat. But whiffing, well, there's a connection. Majima gets out of the way. And the takedown, Majima again to the top of the ambulance. Nekomaru staring him down. Open, no. Nekomaru joining him. Majima being forced back up to his feet. And a finisher on top of the ambulance. Nekomaru forcing Majima back up to his feet. Uppercut nearly sending him into the crowd. Another pop-up into another backbreaker. And once again, a sayonara to Goro Majima. Back into the ring. Nekomaru once again unlocking and opening the doors. In a much better position as he was last time. Corner alley powerbomb. Nekomaru stomp to the wrist, stomp to the upper arm. And grabbing the baseball bat yet again. Bash to the top of the head. And I think the writing is on the wall for Majima. Okay. Victory roll double stomp. Majima lining up another recoil. So it's not quite over yet. Not a recoil. A neck breaker. It's not over until it's over. Majima tossing Nekomaru over the top rope. Joining him along the outside. Will he try to go for the ambulance early? Or will he try to deal a little bit more damage? Majima with a neck breaker. And again, we're heading up top. Majima lining up. Crossbody. And a toss into the ambulance. Majima forcing Nekomaru back in. And now the battle for the doors. Majima's already 3-1. Make that 4-1. And will it be 5? Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. And not for Nekomaru. Majima with a reversal. And again, we head up top. Majima looking to put a bow on things. Staring down at his opponent. Hyping up the crowd. It's just staring down Nekomaru. Slowing this match down. And immediately caught by a pop-up backbreaker. Gut-wrenching facebuster. And now Nekomaru with a recoil, using Majima's own finisher against him. And now a toss nearly off the ambulance. Majima repositioning himself behind. And a satellite DDT. Majima kick to the spine. Stomp to the wrist. Oh no. A stomp on top of the ambulance. Like, that has to be it. Nekomaru refusing to go down. Majima finally forcing it. There's a crossbody. And now I think the advantage is fully in Majima's favor. Chicken wing facebuster. My heart is pounding, man. Majima looking to once and for all put this match away. Nekomaru trying to prevent it. Majima's been excellent on the first door. Can he do the second? He's 0 for 2. And he will not. He will. That's 0 for 3. Majima. Nekomaru. How is this match still going? Okay, that's one way of putting Majima into the ambulance. There's one. For the retention. There's 2. And Nekomaru Nidai survives barely. That is probably the match of the night. That is probably the match of the night. Like, that was one of the most incredible matches I've seen ever.
The following contest is a casket match, and it is for the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Championship.
And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is the Ultimate Soldier, Mukuro Ikusaba. And next, it is your Women's Universal Champion of Jayromada. It is Samus Aran.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, Ultimate Soldier, Marco! And her opponent from out of this world, the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Samus Aran!
And here goes Samus handing the belt to the referee, who shows it to Mukuro. And the world, but we are not quite ready. Oh no, no. Because we are bringing out the casket.
There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin!
Here we go, Mukuro, Samus, staring each other down. And referee rings the bell, they run towards each other. Samus with a pop-up Superman punch. Pull back into an elbow. Knee on knee. And again. And Samus with the ground and pound side of the fist. And a gut-wrenching suplex. And again from Samus. And an elbow sends Mukuro down. Mukuro back up to her feet. Samus just a little bit eager on that spinning heel kick. And Mukuro with a jawbreaker. Samus with an enziguri. Trapping the arm, stomping on the hand. But Mukuro kicks out. Ground and pound stomp to the chest. And Mukuro just pulling on the arm. Seating Samus up. And sending her down. Samus now along the outside. Mukuro along the outside as well. And now Samus just sending Mukuro head first into the casket. And now heading underneath the ring. Picking up a kendo stick. But Mukuro with a spear. And a jawbreaker. Samus back up to her feet, but not before Mukuro forces her up, tosses her down, catching the neck against the barricade, and now Mukuro opening up the casket. And Samus tossing Mukuro into the corner. There's a knee. And a kick to the stomach. Mukuro with another tackle. Wrist clutch, knee to the jaw. Now Mukuro underneath the ring. Picking up a steel chair that Samus just knocks out of her hand and tossing Mukuro nearly into the steel steps. Mukuro tossing Samus back inside the ring. Remember, the casket is still open. Samus with a springboard looking for the back elbow, but Mukuro just barely out of range. And now Mukuro tossing Samus into the casket. And now Mukuro trying to close the lid. Samus immediately gets out. And closing the lid. Just trying to extend this match a little bit more until she's more comfortable. And now Mukuro sending Samus headfirst into the mahogany. Mukuro elbows out. And now over the shoulders. Spinning takedown. And now Mukuro with a facebuster, forcing Samus back up to her feet. Irish whip into the casket. And Samus sending Mukuro headfirst into the mahogany again. Samus repositioning herself behind, but Mukuro with the reversal. And again, just head first. Mukuro again opening up the casket door. The lid, whatever you want to call it. And Samus nearly sending Mukuro into the casket from the outside. Trying to do so. Mukuro with the reversal and nearly sending Samus into the casket. Now actually does. And now again trying to close the lid. Samus trying to fight out. And does. Retreating back into the ring. Samus to the outside. Mukuro again. But there's Samus with a spear. Samus trying again, sending Mukuro headfirst into the casket. And now tossing her in. Mukuro immediately fights out. Nice little back and forth there. And now Morph Ball Neckbreaker. Samus picking up the steel chair. Bashing the knee. Just trying to incapacitate Mukuro. A spear directly into the ring. And Samus tossing Mukuro again into the corner. Forcing her back up to her feet, and Mukuro with a reversal. Mukuro walking Samus back into the ring. Picking up the chair. Sliding into the ring, but Samus knocking the chair out of her hand. And now just tossing Mukuro over the top rope, kicking her into the casket and trying to close the lid on this match. And Mukuro fights out. Neither woman even close to being able to be put away. Samus with a clothesline. And a rolling neckbreaker catching the head against the chair. That could... that could have... That might have been it. Probably not, but it could have. Samus again tossing Mukuro into the casket. And now just seeing Mukuro get back to her feet, deciding not to fight it. Another morph ball neckbreaker. Samus again tossing Mukuro in. Trying to close the lid, Mukuro again just fights out. Wrist clutch, knee to the jaw. Now Mukuro with a back stretch. Obviously no submissions, but just trying to wear Samus down before tossing her into the casket and trying to close the lid. And Mukuro holding on well. As soon as I say that, Samus fights out. That's all. That's how it seems to always go. Samus back inside the ring. Irish whip looking for a spear. Mukuro steps out of the way. There's a step up Superman. Now Samus grabbing the kendo stick. Will it actually get used? Yes, it will. And Samus just breaking it over Mukuro. And Samus with an open palm, ground and pound, lining up another morph ball neckbreaker, I can only assume. No! Nope, just a combo. Stomp to the upper arm. Samus forcing Mukuro back up to her feet. Springboard, just again whiffing on the back elbow. And there we go, back into the casket, trying to put an end to this. Has Samus done enough? She's getting close. Mukuro on her last legs. But still barely just enough strength. Getting close. We are getting close. And Mukuro with a super kick into a cross-arm suplex. Backbreaker, Samus tapping out. Mukuro not releasing the hold. There ain't no rules here. And now Mukuro tossing Samus back into the ring. She made her tap out. Can she close the lid, though? Mukuro close. Samus fighting it. And still we're not done. Mukuro sitting up top, staring down Samus, who is now setting up an avalanche. An avalanche neckbreaker. And now Samus with a Morph Ball neckbreaker. Just toss Mukuro into the casket. Okay, a shovel. Sure, bury her. And Mukuro tossing Samus back into the casket, trying to end this one. And again, we are to the second stage. Is third time lucky still now? Samus trying to send Mukuro back into the casket, but there's a arm drag drop kick. Samus again tossing Mukuro into the casket. And Samus, girl, what are you doing? Just wasting time. And those like 10 seconds that Samus wasted could have been the match. Samus with a kick to the stomach. Diving elbow drop. Samus forcing Mukuro back up to her feet. Lining up. A kick right to the... Almost said the... ouch! Okay. Ankle's right on the edge of the casket. I was gonna say a C word, but... And no, it's not the ones you're probably thinking. Because I realize that that part of the body is technically internal. Anyway. Samus trying to send Mukuro into the casket, but Mukuro fights out. Tossing Samus into the casket. And does so. Is it enough, though? Still no. And now Samus trying to put this one away. Samus, what are you doing? Samus, you do know the point of this match, right? You have to actually close the lid. Samus tossing Mukuro into the casket for like the 87th time today. Now we're in stage 2 and there we go, finally. Wow, Samus, see what actually happens when you try to close the lid instead of just standing there? Interesting how that works.
The following contest is a casket match! And it is for the men's undisputed Impact Universal Championship!
And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is Jack the Ripper. And his opponent, it is your men's Universal Champion. It is Senator Stephen Armstrong.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, weighing in at 195 pounds, the cyborg, the ninja, Raiden! And his opponent from Colorado, weighing in at 500 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, the Senator, Stephen Armstrong!
Again, we are not quite done with introductions. Yes, Armstrong will hand the belt to the referee. And again, here comes the casket.
There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin!
And here we go, referee rings the bell. Armstrong immediately with a clothesline. Rolling it right in around. There's a drop kick to the face. Armstrong pulling Raiden away. There's a clothesline. And Armstrong just tossing Raiden on top of the casket. And what are we looking for here? Power slam into the lid. And just kicking him off. Armstrong forcing Raiden up, and again just tossing him back first into the casket lid. Raiden ducking underneath. But Armstrong with a strong kendo stick to the chest. Raiden with some offense. Jumping back inside the ring. Trying to crossbody around the ring post. That's not going to work. And Raiden elbows out. Armstrong pushing him down. Pop up into the facebuster. Armstrong walking Raiden around. Raiden elbows out. And up over the shoulders, and another power bomb into the lid. Snap DDT from Raiden. And now Raiden with a baseball bat just bashing the top of Armstrong's head with America's pastime. There's a sling blade. And a scissor kick to the chin. And now Raiden forcing Armstrong up, looking for a rules of nature. And a takedown. Armstrong tossing Raiden around. Ground and pound stomp to the chest. And now just tossing Raiden back into the ring. Climbing in after him. Spinning heel kick from Raiden. Trying to gain control of the match, but Armstrong just tossing him into the onto the apron, into the casket, and here we go. Well, no, Raiden to his feet just a little bit too soon for Armstrong. Armstrong forcing Raiden back up to his feet. And Raiden with reversal into the edge of the casket. And now Raiden tossing Armstrong in. Trying to close the lid. And Armstrong still way too cognizant. Dropkick to the spine. Knee into the ground. And Raiden forcing Armstrong back up to his feet, turning him around. And a falling neck breaker. Steel chair now swinging. And a shot to the knee. Armstrong knocking the chair out of the hand. And tossing Raiden up the ramp. And Armstrong closing the lid for some reason. There's a sling blade. Raiden again using the casket as a weapon. Raiden again opening it. And there's an enzigiri. Steel chair, just tossing the steel chair to Armstrong. And Raiden rolling through. Nice reversal. And forcing Armstrong back up to his feet. Toss back into the ring. And Armstrong with a DDT. Irish whip, diving underneath. And a backbreaker. Armstrong walking Raiden to the ropes and just tossing him back in. Raiden trying to fight and does quite quickly. Armstrong to the outside, Raiden behind him, and a facebuster. And setting up another Rules of Nature. Very artful shot. Raiden with a steel chair. Just tossing it and connects perfectly. Forcing Armstrong up, bouncing off of him. Armstrong regaining control and again just setting Raiden up along the outside or along the ropes. Again tossing him into the apron into the casket. We can see two very, very different mentalities. Armstrong now with the steel chair. And now Raiden up top. Staring down Armstrong. Crossbody into the catch. And Armstrong just using that to toss Raiden back into the casket. I was fully expecting that, to be honest. Well, not the catch, but the toss. Armstrong forcing Raiden up. Tossing him into the apron. And now Raiden rolling through. Kick to the chin. And another Rules of Nature. Head scissor elbows. Raiden with another steel chair. And now a shovel. Raiden just tossing the shovel. And now pick up the steel chair. But Armstrong walking Raiden, tossing him back inside the ring, picking up the chair. And Raiden with an enziguri. Back heel kick. And Raiden taking Armstrong down, a headlock. Not going to win the match, but is absolutely going to deal damage. Armstrong forcing Raiden up. Snap mirror. Double leg drop kick. And now Armstrong with a power bomb. Walking Raiden, tossing up against the ropes. And again, just tossing him in. Using the casket as a weapon yet again. Trying to close it, and again, Raiden just fights out. Both men again meeting along the outside with weapons. Raiden just bashing on the chest. And elbows out. And now Raiden tossing Armstrong into the casket. Raiden, what are you doing? Making the same mistake that Samus did. Now trying to close the lid. Has he done enough? No. And Armstrong just tossing a steel steps. And again, Armstrong forcing Raiden in. Raiden with a sling blade. Lining up another rule of nature. And Raiden tossing Armstrong into the casket, closing it. And another rules of nature, but Armstrong seeing that coming. Grabbing the baseball bat. Raiden opening up the lid. Slipping out from behind. Okay, that was a sell. A rule of nature, not going to be a rule of nature into the casket, because that would be actually cool, but like the 7th rule of nature this match. Like Armstrong has to be down now. Like, that has to be close. Raiden tossing the Senator in. Step 1, step 2, and there we go.
Here is your winner, and the new men's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, the Cyborg, the Ninja, Raiden!
I have to say, Raiden bleeding from his open eye. That is a sight to behold. Especially now that he's carrying championship gold. Bars.
The following contest is a special guest referee match, and it is for the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Cruiserweight Championship.
And now introducing the special guest referee for this match.
Special guest referee for this match, Reese.
It is Risei Kujikawa. And for this matchup, we tried to find the most fair person backstage we could, and it ended up being Risei. And now for our actual competitors. Introducing first, it is the change bringer, Delta. Delta's been complaining for a while, believing that she's been overshadowed by the rest of the Cruiserweight division, and she's here to prove a point. And her opponent, it is your women's Cruiserweight champion, it is humanity's companion, Sophie.
Introducing the challenger from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Jayromada! And her opponent from the internet, the women's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, AI Sophie!
Sophie handing Rise the championship belt, showing it to Delta. And Rise rings the bell. We have our special rethometer in the top left corner. Sophie with the drop kick, and now moonsault from the top rope. Going for a cover. Rise going for the pin. There's one, there's two. I thought that was a fair count. Come on. Sophie with a jawbreaker. Sophie with a kick to the stomach. Rise calling for a rope break. Alright. Here's a knee to the arm. And walking Delta up to the northern ropes. Pulling her away. Backflips. Avoiding the clothesline and a double leg drop kick. Sophie with a knee to the arm, stomp to the face. Kick to the head. There's 5. Sophie with a rolling neck breaker. There's 6. Toss back inside the ring. Sophie's in following. And the cover, there's one, there's two. Delta on the offense. But Sophie fights her way out. Delta with the reversal right back. Walking Sophie to the northwest corner. Delta with a knife edge chop. Just working on the leg, and now standing submission. And now going for the pin, Risei in position. There, okay, that's not how you, okay. Moonsault from the heavens. Going for the cover. There's two. That was a little bit fast. Now Sophie just standing there. Delta with a head scissor takedown. And Sophie slipping out from behind. There's a neck breaker. And Sophie lining up. The chicken wing DDT. And the cover, Risei in position. There's one, there's two. A little bit slow. Delta catching the kick. With Sophie again in position. Sophie sending Delta for a run. Looking for a drop kick. Delta with a nice block. Sophie sending her up at top. A super kick sends her down. And a crossbody. There's one, there's two. That was a fast count. But Sophie retains.
Here is your winner, and still the women's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, AI Sophia.
Again, I have no idea what else to say. Like, Sophie is a perennial like, contender. I don't know what else to say. It's the truth.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Men's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Championship!
And for our penultimate championship matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the challenger, Shinjiro Aragaki. And his opponent, it is the still undefeated Goro Akechi.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 155 pounds, Sherry Akane! And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 145 pounds, the Men's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Champion, Gordon
In case you were wondering, that was my water bottle hitting my chair. Anyway, Akechi handing the belt over to the referee. Showing it to Shinji. And here we go. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Akechi immediately beginning on the offense. Shinjiro with a reversal into a headbutt. And tossing Akechi to the side. Forcing Akechi up into a powerbomb. Airship into the corner, but Akechi with a reversal, sending Shinjiro down. Springboard flying forearm. Pull back elbow into the ground and pound. Stomp to the stomach. Wrist clutch, knee to the jaw. And Shinjiro fights out. Shot to the stomach. And now over the shoulder. And slamming Akechi down. Shinjiro forcing Akechi up to his feet. Walking him to the northwest, or northeast, excuse me. Strong right hand, but Akechi with a reversal. Back heel kick. Into the cover. There's one. There's two. Shinjiro kicks out. And Akechi with the ground and pound. Wrist clutch stomps to the spine or to the spleen or the kidney or the liver or whatever that organ is. As you can probably tell, I am not very good at anatomy. Knee to the stomach, knife edge chop, and Akechi sending Shinjiro down, forcing him back up to his feet, but Shinjiro with the reversal. Running crossbody. And a stomp to the shoulder. And again, Shinjiro with a running crossbody, but Akechi gets out of the way. Both men slow to their feet. And Akechi with a clothesline sending Shinji down. Top rope moonsault. Kick to the stomach. And Akechi just sending Shinjiro down. And a drive-by knee. Akechi now up top. Telling Shinji to get up to his feet. And a flying downward elbow. Akechi turning Shinjiro around. Shinjiro with an elbow. Protecting himself. And now the suplex. And the lariat. Shinjiro lining up his own finisher. One last ride. Going for the cover. There's one. There's two, and Akechi pops out. That was close. A spear sending Akechi to the outside. Just tossing Akechi into the barricade. Stomp to the shoulders, just stomping on Akechi. And a cross-by splash. Shinjiro tossing Akechi back inside the ring. Heading up top. Elbow drop missed. And now Akechi back on the offense. Letting Shinjiro run. Pop up, right cross. Cover, probably not going to do it. There's one, there's two. But just applying the pressure. making Shinjiro know that the match is his. He's just letting Shinjiro play in it. Moonsault barely connects. Akechi walking Shinjiro to the northern ropes. Uppercuts to the stomach. Dangling drop kick. Akechi forcing Shinji back up again. Over the shoulder. Bouncing off the ropes. And now Akechi lining up the spear. Shinjiro with the reversal. Tossing Akechi into the steel steps. Not saying that this will be a countout, but if it were, Akechi would retain. Although he would technically lose the match, so I can see why he went back inside the ring. Shinjiro with a flatliner. Heading up top, crossbody again missed. And an elbow just driving Shinjiro down. There's one, there's two, there's three.
Here is your winner, and still the men's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Champion, Gordon Alexi!
Akechi again coming home victorious, but I think cracks are starting to show. I'm not sure how much longer he can keep this up. I'd honestly be very surprised if he ends the season perfect with a match like that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Universal Championship!
And now for our final championship matchup of the evening. Introducing first. It is your Miss Money in the Bank cashing in her briefcase. And this ought to be a good one. And her opponent, it is your women's Universal Champion. It is A2.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, the assassin, Hakuway. And her opponent from Valhalla, the women's undisputed hybrid universal champion, A2.
Referee showing Maki the belt, and here we go. Briefcase cashed in, belt on the line. And Maki immediately begins by tackling A2. Stomp to the wrist, stomp to the upper arm. Maki forcing A2 back up to her feet. Over the shoulders. And A2 elbows out. Kick to the chest, there's a DDT. And a knee to the thigh. A2 with a crossbody. And Maki with a tackle. A2 back up to her feet. And a nice elbow. There's 5. They need to be careful. Well, Maki needs to be careful. There's 6. There's 7. Maki tosses A2 back inside the ring. Maki cranking on the neck. And going for the cover. A2 kicks out before 1. Maki forcing A2 back up to her feet. Deadlift. Gut-wrenching facebuster. And the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Maki with the spear. There's 1, there's 2. Still no 3. There's a 5-star crossbody from Maki. A2 fights out. And now over the shoulders looking for the submission. Maki fights out. Wrist clutch, finger breaker. And there's one. Maki kicks out. A2 over the shoulders looking for the Alt F5. Or Alt F4. And the cover, there's one, there's two, and there's three. Cash in failed. Title defended.
The following contest is the men's WarGames match! The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The first member to enter will come from the advantaged team. Once all competitors have entered, WarGames officially begins! The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Now, let the WarGames begin!
And here we go. For our first main event of the evening. Introducing first. It is Shuichi Saihara. And here we go, Shuichi entering the cage for the second time in 2 years. I think he was part of the crew who fought the Skeleton Legion last year. Think so. Well, I know who. Okay, let me rephrase that. And his opponent, it is somebody who absolutely this is their second time in the ring during WarGames. Donning the mask yet again. It is the Skeleton Imperator. Man, it's been a while since I've said that. It is Kokichi Oma. Few updates to his costume, but all in all, it's all there. And it looks like the other members of Team Kokichi are also in costume. Makes you think, why Team Saihara? Why are they in their normal outfits? Anyway, match begins. Shuichi versus Kokichi. The detective versus the Imperator. Last year coming to life again. But this is just for fun. And Shuichi with an arm breaker. Kokichi elbows out. And there's a European uppercut to the back of the head. Shuichi forcing Kokichi back up to his feet. Kokichi with a nice reversal. Irish whip. Shuichi with a reversal, and now we're into the second ring. Kokichi now climbing up top. If he leaves the cage, that is an automatic loss for his team. Here we go, 10 seconds remaining. Kokichi up top, staring down Shuichi, and retreating back into the ring. And here comes Kaito. Immediately in the ring, no need for weapons. Coming to the aid of his sidekick. Shuichi walking Kokichi out into the median. Kokichi back inside the second ring. And a Bunny Buster neckbreaker. Arm toss, and now Kaito. No, Kaito just standing there. Conserving energy, I'd assume. And hyping up Shuichi. Shuichi sending Kokichi for an Irish whip, and there's Kaito with a corkscrew takedown. And here comes Rentaro Amami. His first time in the skeletal attire. An outfit that, in his words, inspired by Jason Voorhees. Rentaro with a stunner. And a double leg drop kick. Kokichi sending Shuichi into the corner. And now we just have a Big Bang Theory versus Dice tag team match, but with 2 rings. Kokichi lining up a spear. Rantaro to the outside. Shuichi gets out of the way, and Kokichi is spearing himself into the cage. Rantaro looking for the dive and missed. Introducing next, it is Leon Kuwata who brings in a sledgehammer. Will that be all? No. Going underneath. Now a stop sign. Tossing it in like a frisbee. And now Leon climbing in. There's a crossroads from Shuichi. Shuichi now with the stop sign. Tossing it onto Rantaro Voorhees. And Rantaro with a clothesline. Now we have a 3-on-1 against Rantaro as Kokichi is dead in the right ring. And now looking to square things up, it is a Skeleton Praetor. Nagito Komaeda. Immediately inside the ring. And now Nagito walking Kaito to the northern ropes. Shuichi now up top. Crossbody miss, and here comes Kokichi just to poke him with a sledgehammer. And here comes Kiibo. Bringing in a steel chair. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Kiibo looking for the spear, missed. Nagito sending Leon over the top rope. Now looking for a 2-on-1 against the Leon. Nagito and Rantaro. Meanwhile, Kiibo, Shuichi, and Kaito having a 3-on-1 against Kokichi, although it's more of a 1-on-1. Leon looking for the fastball punch, but Nagito with a sleeper hold, but Leon gets out. And here comes Gundam Tanaka. As soon as he enters the ring, WarGames will begin. Leon heading up top. There's an elbow drop. And now Kaito with an elbow drop against Gundam. Kokichi just throwing the stop sign at Shuichi. And Shuichi with a crossroads against Kokichi. Nagito just dragging Leon away. And Leon just bashing the back of Nagito's head, going after Rantaro. And Kaito just dragging Gundam away. Are there even rope breaks in WarGames? I'm not sure. Shuichi sending Kokichi into the first ring. And now it's the Big Bang Theory versus Kokichi and Gundam. And Nagito with a stomp. Leon going for a pin. Nagito's going to break it up. And now Leon tossing Nagito into the first ring. Looking for a 2-on-1 against Rantaro, but no. Kiibo's just strolling into the first ring as well. And now we have a party in the left ring. Gundam just spearing everyone he sees. Kokichi forcing up Kiibo, knee to the jaw. Gundam forcing Leon over the shoulders. There's two. And the Skeleton Legion coming home victorious. Well, they are spooky, scary skeletons. It only makes sense that they would send shivers down your spine. The shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. And now for our main event of the evening.
The following contest is the Women's WarGames match! The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The first member to enter will come from the advantaged team. Once all competitors have entered, WarGames officially begins! The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Now, let the WarGames begin!
And now introducing our 2 team captains. Just like last year, introducing first, it is Kasumi Yoshizawa. And her opponent, who else but Mitsuru Kirijo. And just a reminder, this match is for the for a championship match against Makoto in just a month's time. Whichever team wins, that captain has a date with Niijima. I already went over the stipulations, but if Kasumi wins, Mitsuru will have a guaranteed shot, if she chooses, to face off against Makoto or Kasumi, depending on who wins. But if Mitsuru wins, she will have at least 2 shots against Makoto, or a win against Makoto and a title defense of her choice, should she choose. There you go, Sumi, Mitsuru, great friends backstage, and now that they're in the ring, locked in a cage, they are mortal enemies. Kasumi with a DDT. The first stage of this match doesn't really matter. Just give us a show. But once all 8 are in the ring, that's when the magic will happen. Mitsuru tossing Kasumi. Kasumi looking for the Hurricane Rana. Missed. And now Mitsuru on the offense. There's a spinning back elbow. And a DDT. Mitsuru forced up to her feet, sent down. And now Kasumi with a ground and pound, 10 seconds left. Which team has the advantage? I do not know. Kasumi sending Mitsuru into the median. And walking her way to the ring, it is Igus. So team Kirijo with the advantage, although we saw that didn't really translate too much last match. Mitsuru with a heel hook. Kasumi fights out. And Igus just filling the ring with toys. Sledgehammer. Then a chair. Then a kendo stick. Is that all? Finally. I was half expecting Laura to join the match while Igus was still just filling the ring with weapons. And a flatliner for Mitsuru. Laura in the ring immediately going after Mitsuru. And then we have Igus versus Kasumi. Mitsuru looking for the natural selection. Top rope moonsault from Igus. And Mitsuru just bashing into Laura. Laura breaking the chain, though. Wrist clutch walking Mitsuru. Arm drag. Kasumi with a DDT. Laura with a DDT. There's 4, 3, 2, 1, and who's next? Is Yukari Takaba. Yukari in the ring. No weapons. And immediately accosted by Laura. I guess bouncing Kasumi off the rope into her elbow. And now Mitsuru looking to go for a little bit of 2-on-1 with Yukari. Snap suplex. I guess with a sling blade into a double leg drop kick. And I guess with a crossbody. Lining up a finisher. Armbar. And things are really not looking good for Team Yoshizawa, just like last year. And now going for a 3-on-1. Hatsune Miku could not come in at a better time. And here comes Laura with a kendo stick. Miku with a table. And in the ring. Miku and Mitsuru finding each other in the median. And now look for a crossbody. Mitsuru steps out of the way. Yukari with a pullback into a knee. Yukari back, or excuse me, Kasumi back up to her feet. I know names. Kasumi with a reversal. And now figure 4, figure 8 leg lock from Mitsuru. And who are the two superstars that we did not see be recruited for Team Mitsuru? It is the Plague Doctor, Lexibor. Lexi having plenty of experience fighting Kasumi last year. Potentially being a huge help to Mitsuru. Bringing in a stop sign. And Igus with a clothesline. Laura up top. Looking for an elbow drop. Missed. And Kasumi with a stun dog millionaire as we have a 3-on-1 against Hatsune Miku. Miku fights out, somehow surviving. But there's Lexi with a stop sign, and here comes Naoto Shirogane. Bringing in a trash can. Okay. And let WarGames officially begin. And it's probably going to end in like 5 seconds. Because we have a 3-on-2 in the first ring against a very battered Hatsune Miku. And Yukari doing well to fight off both Laura and Kasumi. I guess with an armbar. Naoto fighting out. And Yukari just not only surviving, but dominating this 2-on-1. Yeah, things are not looking good for Team Yoshizawa. Mitsuru looking to put this one away with a figure 8. Aiga's just carrying a trash can. Aiga's with another armbar. Mitsuru with a facebuster. And now Kasumi going for a pin against Yukari. There's 2. And Kasumi just... okay, Naoto, chill out. But Kasumi, opportunistic, pinning Yukari Takaba. And giving herself, not needing anyone else, giving herself the ticket to fight Makoto Niijima for the championship belt. And we are going to have at least 2 unique matches for the next 2 PLEs. It's going to be Kasumi Yoshizawa versus Makoto Niijima. And then whoever wins that match, I would not be surprised if Mitsuru Kirijo cashes in her Royal Rumble victory to take them on. So it's going to be an exciting end of the year. And we only have 2 PLEs left. If my math is correct, I think we only have 6 months left of the season. Maybe 5. So Ultimate Fight Night is very, very quickly approaching. Yeah. This year has gone by quick. But enough introspection. Until then, we are signing out from Toronto, Ontario. See ya.